Much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here. Chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain. Good morning on this Sunday, January 9th, 2022. The time is 12:51 a.m. and welcome to Early in the a.m. with Isha. Yeah, I just finished watching 2 episodes of The Shy. Actually, this is the first time I watched The Shy. Well, living in a house with mad bills, the cable we had has always been basic. So to tell you the God honest truth, I never had access to The Shy to even watch it. Today I watched the first 2 episodes of season 1, and I could tell this is going to be very, very addictive. I'm trying to get... The problem is, it's like that, there's a hood narrative there that's like fresh paint running down my screen, and my blood is so thirsty for fresh paint, I get glued to it. I be getting knocked around as if I ain't never, like, I just don't know what that life is like. This shit is stupid. You get caught up in it like you live in that life. And I went through the same shit with Power. I didn't get to watch Power because I didn't have HBO. So that whole, that whole hood thing is in and out the window. Now there's a season 2 of Power, not a season 2, a series 2 of Power with Ghost's son, and that's probably going on now. So let's see, this is Shy. I'm just getting Atlanta. I haven't seen any episodes of Atlanta. I barely watched Blackish. I'm starting to see the funnel I've been living in, the eye of the storm I've been living in for the past 20 years. You know what else I didn't watch? The Wire. The Wire came out like 10, 15 years ago. I didn't even watch The Wire when it came out. I didn't watch Orange is the New Black. I didn't watch Oz. None of those Hood Connect shows. I never sat down and watched them. I could feel myself becoming this place where watching those shows comforts me. It's like fresh paint to that thirsty blood. But I got into it. And there's innuendos there about certain characters that remind me of my own life. Well, a life that I wish I had. For some reason, I tend to tilt dumb towards certain things. And then I gotta thank my mom for pulling me out of it and throwing me in a loop she threw me in. A lot of my life had seemingly nothing to do with the roots as much as it did with the fruit. That's the God honest truth. Work hard. I have great roots. They're very hooded in certain neighborhoods, certain atmospheres, but it's just the tree itself just has awesome roots. The tree grew very tall, so I can't complain. It's cold as hell outside. I turned the phone off. I turned the fan off, but the window's open. I gotta keep the air coming in here. Yeah, so I'm trying so hard not to think, to turn my mind in a certain direction. This late in the nighttime. Even if I'm in my car and I'm not home. So if I was still up like this, I would have put on my sweater suit. If I still had my car, I would say I would put on my sweater suit, put a pair of the boots and sneakers on, put my coat on, grab my pocketbook and my wallet, and I get in my car. The first thing I would do is go buy either Donut Delight or Dunkin' Donuts and get me some type of hot coffee. Fill my car full of gas, and I would just drive to about 3 o'clock in the morning until I got all these thoughts out of my head. Because when I'm thinking, I know a lot of it is rooted in scenery. Because sometimes I just gotta look at things, and then these issues just shallow out. There's always a fix to these things. Whether you're a when it's a drug dealer, it's a fix. When you're an ex-convict, there's a fix. There's always a fix to these things if you pay attention to what sparks them to begin with. If you know how the issue begins, of course you know how to kill the issue at the end. That's just how life is. It's like a big handlebar on a banana bike. It starts one way, it dips down deep, but as it started, it comes out the exact way. And then I go back to where I was, and I was always caught up with some type of scenery. I was always the pretty girl with the beautiful backdrop, and then I always run into somebody. And then when it ends, no matter how I was feeling, the backdrop was just as beautiful. No matter how deep that night may have gotten into me, it always seems to spiral out. I always come out the other side. Still me, but always a little bit different. Always a little bit different. I used to think, how come I never got pregnant? I never got pregnant. I'm losing touch with certain roots that I built when I was with the people I befriended. A lot of them, they stay so in touch with the hood, they never left. And then I get this remorse coming over me, like I should feel guilty about the life I had. I was like, nah. It's like, I would feel guilty if shit was just handed to me, I didn't earn it. But I fucking worked my ass off. And I got so fucking far out there, I can't be faulted for that. My spirit took me out there, even when I didn't have the school or the money behind me. Something about my spirit, they just wanted me there anyway. It didn't even fucking matter. Like, nah, he's just cool. She's like cool air. You know what I mean? Shit just comes through. It's just something different. So I never worried about shit like that. I'm fighting people. It's just a fight within me, or a fight outside of me that I just didn't have. Kind of settles things. It's the first lesson you learn growing up and when you're young is what kind of fighter are you? Can you fight? Or if you don't fight me, I'm gonna test you. I mean, as much shit as I've been through, it's not even a question anymore. You know what's worse, trying to fix issues and trying to avoid others. That's what makes the shit painful. Because I could talk about fixing all my sexual mishaps, but I can't talk about the fights I've never had, or the fights I did have, or the fights that could be waiting. Because there's always a fight waiting. There's always some angry person that's willing to do whatever it takes to maintain their anger. Or there's always a cold front waiting to challenge a warm front, so a storm could come in. That shit is always ready. It's always waiting. Especially if anything about your spirit is askew in any way. If there's any way there's a crack in it, and if evil can come in, it'll come in. People will fight you even if they don't know you. They don't need a reason. There's no reason internally or externally. If whatever it needs to be done can, what do you call that? If it can increase their nature or preserve their nature, they'll do it. And you don't have to, a cow is a cow when the butcher comes out. It doesn't matter if this cow fertilized the best grass or took care of all the other cows when the farmer was away. When it's time to kill, whoever's the closest. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. I remember I was watching The Shine. This character, his name was Cookie. I'm thinking he's gonna be like a main character throughout the whole series, and he gets killed the first episode. And then the mom is like, she has issues with drinking and stuff, and the boy's older brother finds the mom in the boy's room just wrapped up in his blankets. Like, you can smell his hair and the sheets and all his drawings. Just forever untouched, just laying on the bed. That shit is just... One thing I'm always gonna miss, especially with the direction I'm going in life and decisions I've permanently embedded my life in. This the cyclical that I've embedded myself and I promised myself to. That the shy brings up in vivid coloration that's just in the artwork of Coogie, God rest his character. It's hood love. When you find that one you like and you get time alone and you get to show them how you feel about them, that is the paint that all pain is made of. That is something that's impossible to get over. There's a lot of this women today that have given up their entire life for that love. And I have given up my entire life to stay away from it. I think that's why I like the shy so much. Alright, love. You know I love you. See you when I see you. Talk to you later. As much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here. Chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain.